A mother found her toddler dead inside her Whitfield County home last week. Now she's facing charges because of what police saw when they got there. I'm David Carroll.
And I'm Cindy Sexton. 27-year-old Tiffany Gibson told deputies her 19-month-old son was running a fever. And when she woke up the next day, the boy was unresponsive. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Kelly McCarthy tells us why the woman is now facing charges of cruelty to children.
Cindy, as of now, Tiffany Gibson is not charged in her son Terry's death, but deputies who responded to the scene say she was living in unsanitary conditions with her two children, and those deplorable conditions led to charges of child cruelty.
We're unsure if the conditions of the house and the living conditions there present actually contributed to the death of the infant.
Sheriff Scott Chitwood is waiting for results from the 19-month-old's autopsy to determine his cause of death. Tiffany Gibson told investigators her son Terry was running a fever before bed. She gave him Tylenol and the boy went back to sleep. When she woke up the next day, Terry had passed away. As police investigated the child's death, deputies noticed what they called deplorable living conditions inside the home. Old mattresses, piles of garbage, and dirty diapers litter the front lawn. The sheriff says it's the same kind of conditions inside.
Don't want to get too much detail, but just very heavily stained sheets, rugs, sofas and everything, stains that had been there for weeks and months, what it appeared.
Gibson's 5-year-old also lived in the home. The DA's office believes there's enough evidence to charge Gibson with 2 counts of child cruelty, regardless of her son's cause of death.
Even probably should it not had a death, very easily these charges could have come forth if we'd been called on the scene on another incident.
The Division of Family and Children's Services is also investigating and urges neighbors and community members to be on the lookout for any signs of possible abuse or neglect. Georgia has an anonymous tip line specifically for child abuse and neglect. Calls are monitored 24/7 and every report is checked out within 72 hours of the call. Sheriff Chitwood says the sheriff's office welcomes anonymous tips as well. He believes it could have made a difference in this case.
Normal people just don't live in those type conditions, so yeah, kind of follow up with your neighbor, call on any conditions that may raise question, and you never know what you're going to find behind closed doors.
Tiffany Gibson could face additional charges depending on the outcome of the autopsy. We've asked for information on any prior calls to the home, and it's not clear if Children's Services had been involved with the family before. Live in the studio, Kelly McCarthy, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.